Hello. I don't often do this, do I? But I just thought, with all the snow chat around, that I should probably first of all demonstrate how very hard I'm working, and also to give you a sort of definitely an update, an overview. An overview is what we're talking about. I look a little bit winter. I've just come in from doing a very, very windy, very, very cold interview outside for ITN, and I am an icicle. Anyway, so here we are, and this is in the weather room. There's a picture of my lovely colleagues and an awful lot of coats. That's our first clue as to what's going on with the weather. Weather warnings are in force. Storm Darcy. Let me see if I can flip this mother around. Here we go. Right. So this is my weather computer, and I've already, built up the charts pages and everything else, but I just thought it might be helpful. Oh, let's just go back to the beginning. That might be helpful to actually show you what's going on. Look. So, Storm Darcy, here, has come in from near Spain, tracked up the west coast of France, and is now in this sort of position here. And just look at those winds, look, coming all the way in from the east. It's a very, very cold direction at this time of year. And of course, basically everyone's sort of messing around about, oh my goodness, is this the worst we've ever seen? Is this another beast from the east? Well, it's not really. It's a mini beast from the east, really. And so it's a storm is always something to be taken seriously. Don't get me wrong. But it's basically a deep area of low pressure, and it's got frontal systems wrapped around it, and that's bringing rain. But as it hits the very, very cold air, that's where we're getting it turning to snow. And this is kind of the setup that we're going to continue with for the next few days. So Storm Darcy, keep watching it. I've got to multitask here. You see, it basically pulls away from us to the east. But even by the time we get to 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, we've still got this very cold easterly airflow. And that might look like our giant hands. So we've still got this very cold easterly airflow, and that means that we're going to continue with the very, very, very wintry conditions, and anything that falls out of the sky is going to turn to snow or remain as snow. Now, this little fella here, we've got our eye on. Now, there is some uncertainty about what's going to be happening, but if we just run the sequence, watch the time frame here at the bottom. If we run the sequence over the next few days, you can see that that one moves off the scene, and then we've got another boy moving in from the west, from the Atlantic, and with the air still very cold over the UK, look at that potential for it to turn to snow on its leading edge. Now, there is uncertainty with this at the moment, but the main sort of takeaway of what's happening here is that for the foreseeable future, things are going to remain really, really cold. And when it remains as cold as it does, obviously a risk of ice, problems with the snow that we're going to have in the next 48 or so hours. And that means that when any system that comes in from the Atlantic, which they do all the time, there's the potential for that to cause something more wide-reaching as well. So don't take this one too literally, because we're still, 4 days away from it, and there is some uncertainty about it. But I just think it is worth bearing in mind that the potential for impacts, hang on, let me just see if I the potential for impacts continues over the foreseeable future, really, over the next few days. And so stay warm, all of the other, winter weather stuff. Check on people who are more vulnerable. And if people say, it's the beast from the east, you can tell them it's a mini beast from the east. It's the earwig compared to the beast of March 2018. And I remember because I was standing out in it for most of March of 2018. Anyway, that's kind of it.